Hello everyone. In this video, we're gonna talk about the first chapter of Genki. The first topic is about this very useful grammar. X は Y です。X は Y です means X am or X is or X are Y, where X and Y are both nouns. This phrase can be used whenever we want to identify some item X as some item Y. Wa is a member of a class of words called particles. And when we use wa as a particle, we write it as hiragana ha by convention. Okay, so this is hiragana ha, but when it's a particle, we read it as wa. Let's look at some examples. A. I am Kohei. 私は公平です。私は公平です。B. This is a cat. これは猫です。これは猫です。C. My major is Japanese. 専攻は日本語です。専攻は日本語です。D. I am Japanese. 私は日本人です。私は日本人です。Okay, let's look at some notes. First, we use a little circle at the end of a statement instead of a period. Second, we don't have the concepts of plurality, a cat versus cats, or the. So for example, here, neko can mean either a cat, cats, or the cat, depending on the context. Alright, next, the word for the language of a country is the country's name plus go. So here, Nihon is the country Japan, and Nihongo is the Japanese language. The name of a country plus jin represents the country's nationality. So here, Nihonjin means Japanese people. Next, we don't use spaces in Japanese, so a sentence written only in hiragana can sometimes be difficult to read. Later, when we start learning kanji, it'll be easier to read. So here, everything is written in hiragana, and it's a little bit difficult to read. But when we introduce kanji, it'll be easier. Okay, let's do some exercises. First, how do you tell your name? Well, it'll be watashi wa and your name desu. B. How to tell your nationality. Watashi wa, and here goes your home country, and jin desu. Okay. Next section, question sentences. To form a yes or no question in Japanese, all we need to do is to add the question particle ka at the end of a statement. And usually we don't use a question mark in formal setting, such as writing emails and writing letters. However, in texting and more casual setting, we sometimes use the question mark. Alright, let's look at some examples. Are you 公平？あなたは公平ですか？あなたは公平ですか？あなた is you. Is this a cat? これ means this. So これは猫ですか？これは猫ですか？ Is your major Japanese? 専攻は日本語ですか？専攻は日本語ですか？ Are you Japanese? あなたは日本人ですか？あなたは日本人ですか？ Okay, next let's learn how to ask open question. Nam means what, and it's a member of a class of words called interrogative. When you form a question, open question, using an interrogative, we usually need to use the opposite word order of the equivalent English sentence. For example, what is this? これは何ですか？ So これ is this and 何 is what. これは何ですか？ We still need this question particle か。What is your name? 名前は何ですか？名前は何ですか？ What is your major? 専攻は何ですか？専攻は何ですか？ Okay, you can also ask questions such as what time or how old by adding the appropriate counter to nam. When we count things in Japanese, we need to use different counter for different things. For example, ji is the counter for time. So to ask what time is it now, we say 今何時ですか? Nam plus the counter for time, ji, and 何時ですか? And sai is the counter for age. So nam plus sai, and あなたは何歳ですか? How old are you? Okay, let's do some exercises. How do you ask someone, are you American? So first, we want to think about how to say you are American. And then all we need to do is to add the question particle ka at the end. You are American would be あなたはアメリカ人です。This sentence means you are an American. And then, since it's a question, we add question particle か。あなたはアメリカ人ですか? For those of you who are familiar with katakana, we usually write America in katakana. So that would be me America. Okay, next. Is this a dog? So this will be これは これ is this. So これは 犬 dog ですか？これは犬ですか？ Alright, next. What is hashi? Here we have the word what, none. So we need to flip the order and it will be hashi wa nan desu ka? Hashi wa nan desu ka? Hashi is chopsticks. Okay, let's go to the next section. The particle no. The particle no connects two nouns. In the phrase noun 1 no noun 2, noun 2 is the main idea. It's what it is. And noun 1 describes noun 2. Let's look at some examples. My cat, watashi no neko. Here we have two nouns, watashi, I, and neko, cat. The first noun, watashi, is describing whose cat you are talking about. So, watashi no neko. Your major, anata no senkou. Anata is you, senkou, major. So, anata is describing whose major you are talking about. A book written in Japanese. Nihongo no hon. Nihongo, Japanese language. Hon, book. So Nihongo is describing what kind of book you're talking about. It's a book written in Japanese. Okay, let's do some exercises. My mother is a high school teacher. Mother. Okaasan. High school. Koukou. And teacher. Sensei. So first, my mother would be watashi no okaasan. And high school teacher will be koukou no sensei. So altogether, my mother is a high school teacher will be watashi no okaasan wa koukou no sensei desu. Watashi no okaasan wa koukou no sensei desu. Okay, part B. I am Takeshi's friend. Friend is tomodachi. So, 私はたけしの友達です。私はたけしの友達です。C. Is this your book? Your book will be あなたの本。あなたの本。 So, is this your book will be これはあなたの本ですか？これはあなたの本ですか？ Okay, that's it for chapter 1. I will see you in the next video.